Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video here. So, the Flyers lose this one 1-0 to the Rangers in overtime. Tough game, honestly. I mean, I thought there were some good things. I thought there were some bad things. This game for me was more, back and forth and trying to kind of not really steal it because the Flyers were in the game for pretty much all of it, besides most of the second period. But besides that, I thought there were some good things again. Like I said, some not so good things. Carter Hart again, still playing really well. Unfortunately, the Flyers lose two winnable games, where you get a point but you give up one, and the Flyers could have used that other point. They had a couple looks in overtime and weren't able to score. And I wasn't really too fond of Kevin Hayes tonight. I thought there were some plays that were maybe a little selfish. There was a play in the second where the Flyers were stuck in their own zone for like a minute and a half, and then at the end he decided to skate all the way out and have all that room and have all that time and speed to make a play. Just get off and get a change. I mean, you've been dominated the whole period. You've been stuck. Just dump it. That's all you got to do. And I like Hayes. I really do. But, and there were some plays in this game where it's just like, dude, just get the puck deep. In the lines in this game were Farabee, Hayes, Konechny, Noah Cates with Lawton and Tippett, Bellows with Frost and McEwen, Delorier with Sedlak and Allison, so no changes. Provorov, D'Angelo, Sanheim and Risto, Sealer and Braun, and obviously Hart is in net. So in the first period, I thought the Flyers actually had a better start. And Tortorella mentioned, our starts haven't been good, right, and that whole thing. The start was better tonight. Flyers, they had chances. Tippett had a good find for Bellows, but the shot ended up going wide. Konechny had a chance on the wraparound. That one almost went in, but nobody was right there for the Flyers. Outside of that, the Rangers only really had one or two chances in this period, and they were kind of back-to-back. Trocheck ended up hitting the post, and then that deflected out, and then they almost scored on a very similar play where the puck was going in the net. Flyers were kind of scrambling. It was the Frost line that was out there. They were scrambling against the Kreider line, and he ended up going in the net, Kreider. And he kind of just missed it. He was either behind him or with his feet, whatever. And then he took a penalty. So the Flyers get a power play here, and it was their only power play of the game, besides early in the third period up until that point. And so they get one here, and they had a chance off the rush that was for the Rangers from Trocheck. That led to a chance for Tippett for the Flyers. McEwen ended up getting hurt on this play. No call. It was clearly, to me, it looked like a trip. He backed up, and Kakko's kind of skate was sticking out, and he just tripped right over it and fell. Sedlak was robbed in front. It was a good play by Provorov to kind of realize he was there and just kind of... It looked like a shot, but it was really disguised as a pass, and it was just a beautiful play, and Shesterkin made a great save. He was great tonight for the Rangers. Farabee had a shot off the rush. I thought the Flyers after that were controlling play. I thought they had some good exits. Rangers didn't really have many chances throughout that first, and unfortunately it was still 0-0 after one. Pretty quiet game, though. Last 6 minutes or so were just really, really quiet. Nothing really was going on. Second period, all Rangers from the start of the period on. Miller had a play where he just walked down the middle of the ice. Hart had a really nice save on that one. Again, the Rangers had a lot of looks. They had their chances. They were basically not all over the Flyers, but they were pressing early. Then they get a power play off of a tripping call, which I didn't really like this call on Allison. I thought it was kind of a phantom trip. I mean, Kakko kind of skated into him, and it wasn't really any. They kind of just bumped and he fell. It wasn't really like he stuck his stick in and he tripped over it. They kind of just bumped and Kakko fell because of that. Flyers actually had a good kill here though. Hart had a great save on Zibanejad. Provorov had a block shot and strip on Maher, and D'Angelo ends up clearing, and then Hart had a nice save on Kreider and Tights with a kill that one off. Flyers had maybe 3 shots in this period. D'Angelo had a chance off the rush. It kind of just deflected right to him, and he ended up firing it high. That was probably their best chance of the second period. This is where the Rangers had all their chances, and then this is the play from Hayes I was talking about. And it's just frustrating because you're kind of standing in the zone. Everybody's kind of just like standing there, kind of like bubble hockey players. And then once the puck comes out and you have, everybody else goes off, and he decided to just kind of keep going. It's like, just get the puck deep because you were stuck in your own zone the whole time. And again, I'm not trying to harp on him. He's been very good this season. It's just that play was frustrating to watch. Flyers would get a power play here. Braun ended up drawing one, so that was my mistake there on that. I misread my own notes. Kreider had a play where he hit the post off the rush, just did nothing on this power play. Really didn't. And the power play has been pretty good this season, middle of the pack. Before the Carolina game, it was 15th in the league. It's probably still around that right now. Ristolainen had a brutal turnover. I didn't really like Risto tonight. He had a handful of plays in the first period that he kind of put the other defenseman, whether it was Sanheim or Braun off of a change, he just put the other defenseman in a lot of trouble. And again, he doesn't do that every night, and it's not like I don't really try to call that out all the time either, because it happens. I mean, everybody's going to do it. It was just he kept constantly doing it, and he just had another turnover here, and I'm just like, this guy, he just not a good game tonight from Risto, and overall, just not a good period. The Flyers had a chance late. Tippett had a pass in front for Cates, just went wide. But outside of that, not many looks. Really not many looks. There's a whole scrum late. Gauthier's in there. Sanheim's in there. Tippett's in there. Not Tippett. Konechny's in there. Hayes is in there. Everybody. So Flyers will get a power play to start the third. 5-1-4. There was 2 penalties. It was like Lingering and Gauthier. Sanheim and Hayes. Lingard and Gauthier both got 2 double minors, 2 minor penalties, and then the Flyers, Sanheim and Hayes got a penalty each, 2 minutes. So Flyers will get a power play. Didn't really do anything with it. Frost was on that power play because of Hayes being in the box. They had a clear to start, but that was really it. The Rangers ended up clearing it early, and Flyers just didn't really do much with it. Rangers will get a power play. It was a trip on Braun. On Trocheck, the stick got stuck in his skate. So kind of unfortunate, and Konechny had a play where he cleared early. Trocheck had a play in tight. And this was just like crunch time, and it's like, this used to be classic Flyers when like you'd see them fail to clear, like 3-4 failed clears, and then the other team would score, but they ended up clearing it. Cates had a failed clear, then there was another one from Ristolainen, and then the Cates ended up sealing it and sending it all the way down. So they ended up killing that one off. Rangers hit the post in tight from Lafreniere. I have no idea how that didn't go in. That was like their 3rd or 4th post of the game. Konechny had a play where he almost dangled in and scored. He's been easily the best Flyer in these last handful of games. That first line I didn't think was great tonight. I thought Hayes had some okay plays, setting up teammates and things like that. But I feel like the chance late from Hayes in third, where he basically he steals it around. He's wide open in front. Just shoot it. I like how Hayes slows the game down and all that stuff, but I'd like to see him just fire the puck. Just fire it. You're right there in front of the net. Why do you have to dangle all the way around and then go tuck it back in? You gave Shesterkin time to get ready again, and that's kind of the unfortunate thing. And again, for me, looking at it on the TV, it might be different, but still. Again, I thought the third was a much better period, and the Flyers had some chances late. Again, like I just talked about, that one was late. Shesterkin was great. Then Hayes had another play where he was robbed by Shesterkin on a 2-on-1. That's the play I like to see, though. Drag it, shoot it. Good play. He really had no other play. So that was a good play as well. But I'd like to just see him shoot the puck sometimes. Rangers will get a power play late off a delay a game. And this came before those couple chances from Hayes, and that was probably one of their better penalty kills of the night. They were smart, they were patient, they didn't overreact, they weren't too aggressive to kind of screw themselves, and they ended up killing that one off. Overtime, Hart had some nice saves. Lawton had a play where he tried for Farabee in tight. Frost and Tippett and Sanheim were out there, and then there was a play where the Flyers kind of like a 3-on-2, 3-on-1. Hayes dropped it back for a Konechny, he shot it. It goes wide, it rims all the way around, and they send it out for Kreider. He goes in, Deke scores on the backhand and wins the game for the Rangers. So unfortunate, because Kreider had the breakaway earlier in the game where he hit the post on shooting, and then he goes on the backhand here and scores. So, unfortunate way to lose. Kind kind of stinks because, you'd like to see a win there in a game where your goaltender played really well, and you got some key saves at key times, and you were in the game. I mean, I didn't really think the Flyers played horrible tonight besides the second period. And the other thing is too, I talked about this in the offseason, like metropolitan teams and who they're playing and all that stuff. You've beat New Jersey, you were neck and neck with Carolina, and you're neck and neck tonight with the Rangers. I mean, that's got to feel pretty good for this team. Now they're 5-2-2. You have Toronto tomorrow, and it's a back-to-back situation. You have the Leafs tomorrow, who's a team that's struggling. They have lost 4 in a row. They're, again, a lot of different things going on with the Leafs right now, and Marner and Keefe and all that different stuff, right? So I feel like the Flyers need to go in there and just kind of attack them head on. Again, look for a similar start like they had tonight in that first period, at least maybe get some goals out of it. But again, I think there were some good things in this game. I really like connecting as the season's gone on. Obviously, Carter Hart. I thought Owen Tippett was really good in this game. I thought there were some good plays. I haven't seen much from Bellows yet, honestly. I feel like he's kind of just been playing safe a little bit. So maybe as we get more games and things like that, maybe that could change. But in general, I thought there were some real good things tonight. And again, it's all day by day and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I like to see and what I like to hear from Torts as well, is the kind of day by day stuff. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Tough loss, but again, glad to get a point out of it because, at times the Flyers weren't really in it, but they were. So that's kind of the weird thing is through 9 games, they've had some good moments and definitely some winnable games that they've kind of left on the table too. So I think a lot of the stuff's kind of trending in the right direction, especially with just staying in the games and being involved because, last year you'd kind of see that and they'd crumble. And once they crumble, they never got out of it. So I think there's been some good things in that area. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember to check out the puck that came out for this month of October. Actually November now, but for the month of October that came out. A lot of good things in there. Some stuff from Bill Meltzer, all a bunch of stuff about the fan club. Remember the Joel Farabee raffle tickets. You can buy those. You can DM me for purchase. And we're on the road to 2K. Please click subscribe, like, all that stuff if you guys enjoyed this video. And podcast. Call 267-939-1216 for the live show now. I'm going to be doing that podcast soon this week. I'll be announcing that soon. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you all again soon.